Hello and welcome to chair-based yoga. Gentle Years chair-based yoga is based around making yoga accessible to all. I'm Jill May and I'm inviting you to share this practice today. If you find it difficult to get up and down from the floor, you're feeling less mobile, less active, and you still want to participate and try out some yoga, then this session is for you. Overall, I hope that you will have checked with a GP or medical professional to make sure that doing some kind of exercise activity is suitable, and also make sure that you have a really sturdy chair. So if you have a slippery floor surface, make sure you're non-slip, so a rug or a mat that doesn't slip under your sturdy chair, so that you're very safe in doing this exercise. So we're going to begin by thinking about how we sit. And how we sit is going to be important because you can sit very badly and do more harm doing the exercise than good. So just find your seat. In other words, just find the sit bones, the little hard pointed bones of the lower pelvis underneath your bottom, and just rock a little bit from side to side, and then settle so that you're centered in that space and you feel very solid. Push your hips towards the back of the chair and sit nice and tall. So if your chair has a nice supported back, you might just feel your shoulder blades somewhere against the back of the chair. If that's difficult, and if you feel that you're going to go into a sort of slump, and the words for pose or activity in yoga is asana, so this would be my terminology. Slump Asana would be if you collapse your spine into the back of the chair. But if you need a little support, a nice flat cushion up behind your back may be the answer. Also, if your feet are not touching the floor, it's a good idea to have, if you've got short, I'm 5'6" and my feet touch the floor on this chair, you might need to put 2 blocks or an Encyclopedia Britannica, some sort of supportive block, so that you have a nice 90-degree angle here and at the waist, and you can sit comfortably. So the first pose, the seated pose, if you were seated on the mat with your yoga teacher or seated in the chair, the first pose is called Sukasana, and it means sitting with ease, with comfort, and being well positioned, and your posture is beautifully aligned, and you're sitting with your teacher. So let's get started. We're going to start thinking about the theme, if you like, of these yoga sessions, these 3 sessions that we're offering you. So the theme is, in order to be flourishing above, to have a lovely, active, daily, pleasurable existence, we must be well rooted below. And that comes from the Maori proverb, in order to flourish above, you must be well rooted below. So that's the thought going through our minds as we do this physical yoga practice. So rooting your feet, just feel the edges of your feet, the pads of your feet, the heel bone, just root your feet down as though you're connecting to the earth. Joining and connecting the electrical energy of the earth with the electrical energy of your body. Feeling that strength and energy coming up from the earth. And then sitting nice and tall, lengthening up to the spine. Give your shoulders a little shrug in case you've got any tightness there today. Rest your palms of your hands on your thighs. Tuck your chin down and then lift the head back so it floats on top of the spine. And here we are, seated, feeling the contact points of the chair and the ground. And then gently half close your eyes if that feels okay, or close them entirely. What we're doing here is bringing the focus, the awareness, into our self, into our inner self. So cutting out any distractions from outside, bringing our attention and our awareness inside ourselves, and focusing on how we are breathing. Breath is the most important part of yoga, and so important today, as we know, in currently what's happening with breathing. So breathing more efficiently is a good idea. It's something we should be practicing. So as you close your eyes or half close them, bring your awareness, your attention, your conscious attention to how you're breathing at this moment. And we're all breathing. We all automatically breathe. Thank goodness we do. So just see how that is today. Is it labored? Are you struggling, or is it shallow? Are you breathing easily? Is it smooth? How is that inhale happening for you? Okay, so breathing in, think about how long it takes you to inhale. Is it a short, quick, catching your breath? Or are you able to breathe in fully and take in lots of oxygen, lots of energy? In Indian terminology, energy is prana. And breathing in this yogic way, breathing the yoga breath, we call it pranayama. And it's like guiding the breath, observing the breath, being aware of the breath. And in doing so, we kind of steady down, we feel more calm, more relaxed. So breathing in through the nose, and maybe you're breathing out through a pursed lip, or maybe you're breathing out through your mouth open, or maybe you're breathing out through your nose. Be aware of the passageway of the air into your body and out as you inhale and exhale. And then think about the measure of it. Is your exhale short and brief, or have you got a nice long exhale? Think about how long it takes to inhale and how long it takes to exhale. And maybe there's a little pause at either end. Do you have a moment where you just pause, or do you just quickly take a transfer from inhale to exhale? Or is there a short moment where you stop, a stillness? And then we're going to look at the volume of the breath, how we breathe into the rib cage, how the rib cage works, how the whole body cavity responds to the breath. So placing your fingers, your hands, the palms of your hands across your rib cage, the lower end of your rib cage, fingertips touching, shoulders relaxed, still sitting in your beautiful posture, aligned and lengthening up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Take a breath here and imagine or visualize that the breath has to push outwards so the rib cage spreads. A bit like the accordion player, the squeeze box. As it opens out and spreads, you fill with air, with energy. And as you exhale, the fingertips slide back and touch. So inhaling to spread and expand, and exhaling to close down and deflate. And also, because your rib cage is three-dimensional and you need lots of space to effectively breathe, breathe into the back body. So you may even touch the back of your chair with this sort of three-dimensional rounded expansion. Try not to let your shoulders rise, but make the breath spread around the rib cage and exhale away. So one more breath like that in your own rhythm, taking note of how that feels. And then place one of your hands on the belly, over your belly button. And we're going to try and push the air down from the wide expanse that we made, that spread. Take it to the lower rib cage and push down into the belly so that you have an inflation, a sort of blowing up of the belly balloon. And exhale it away. So it's a wide spread. Breathe wide, breathe rounded, and breathe into the belly. Try not to let the shoulders rise. Do one more like that, focusing entirely on how the passageway of air enters the body and how the body responds widely and then down into the belly. So you make bigger space. Inhaling and exhaling. Then take one of your hands up and place on the sternum at the top, so probably the rib cage breath. Keep one on the belly and one on the rib cage. And we're trying to fill the whole body cavity now. Inhale into the rib cage, spread wide and rounded into the back, and then blow up the belly balloon and lift up towards the sternum to where your hand rests on the top of the rib cage, on the flat bone of the sternum. And then slowly exhale it away. And so keeping the eyes half closed or closed entirely, focus on the breath. Pay attention to the inhale as it enters the nose, travels down into the body cavity, spreading, widening the rib cage, opening up the belly, the abdominal cavity, and lifting into the sternum. Make it a big rounded breath. and exhale away. And then place your hands back on your top of your thighs, relaxing, lifting up through your spine. Just go back to your natural breathing, changing into your natural breathing, and see if you've changed anything, if anything has altered in the way you're breathing now. Have you slowed things down? Do you feel your heart rate slower? Maybe a little bit more relaxed, a little calmer. This big yoga belly breath is a calming meditative breath that you can use at any time if you feel a bit stressed or anxious, you've been rushing around. Take a little yoga moment and sit and breathe fully for maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Give yourself a break and bring your attention back to breathing, and it will calm and relax you. So give your fingers a wiggle, open your eyes, connect to the room, wriggle around a little bit, and just have a moment where you see the camera, you see the screen, and you get ready for our first pose, our first asana, as the poses are called in yoga. So we're going to sit very still and just tuck forward a little bit, but keeping that feet grounded feeling and the hips firmly embedded. Just come away from the back of the chair for a moment. And we're going to sit in mountain pose. We're going to start with a fully grounded, earthed feeling. So press the feet firmly into the ground, lengthen up, find your seated position is very strong, very stable. Open the fingers to the side and just lengthen up through the spine. Now the mountain is very solid, it's growing out of the earth, it's rooted, its mineral deposits go way down into the bowels of the earth. So lengthening through your fingertips, feeling the grounding of your feet, feeling the stillness and stability of your hips on the chair. Breathe in and take the energy into the body from the connection that you have deep down into the earth. Breathe in. And as you exhale, circulate the energy around your body. Inhale and exhale. And feel very strong and immovable, mountain-like. Inhale. So just from this first seated pose, changing from your chair-based Sukasana where you were focusing inward, we're now focusing outward, getting our strength from our connections outside into the body. One more big breath. And then release and relax and just have a little organic wriggle. So back towards the back of the chair, sitting very still. We're just going to mobilize now. Yoga poses are very held, very still. So we just need to release some of the tension that we might have in the shoulders, first of all, because we're looking at the breath and opening up the cavities of the lungs, the rib cage where the lungs sit, because we're opening up the chest. Let's move the shoulders, mobilize a little bit. So release your hands to the side, just let them hang there for a minute, like this is the collarbone is your coat hanger and the sleeves of your jumper are your hands dropping down. Take a big breath, inhale, and you're going to shrug your shoulders. Bring the shoulders to the ears, not the ears to the shoulders. So inhale up. And then on your exhale, let them really lengthen away. Drop down towards the floor, fingertips lengthen. Inhale up. Exhale away. 2 more times, just feeling the release around the neck and the upper shoulder as you shrug. And then trying to make a big space between your ears and your shoulders as you exhale. One more last shoulder shrug, big breath. And if you want to, you can let the breath out with a big which really feels like you're exhaling all the bad stuff out. Okay, we're going to roll the shoulders now, get them moving a little bit. So from this side first, let's do one side and then the other, because we often have more tension in one side than the other. So just to let the shoulder joint lubricate a bit, oil it up a bit, we're going to have a little roll around here. So bringing it forward, let the shoulder just roll into the center. You've got the back of the hand hanging forward, and then lift it like we just did. Open it so the back of the hand comes. So it's all in the shoulder joint. Don't manipulate it with the elbow or the wrist or the hand. Try and let the shoulder joint rotate forward, lift up, and rotate back. And use that with your breath. Let your breath flow with the movement. Inhaling and exhaling. And we'll try that on the other side. Give it a little shake and a wriggle and see if we can loosen up the other side. And this side should feel a little bit freer now. So, taking it forward, inhale, shrugging it up, and then exhaling as you open the shoulder back. You push it away behind you and the palm turns forward. Inhaling forward, shrugging up, exhaling back. Inhaling forward, shrugging it up, and exhaling back. How does that feel? One more time. Breathing it in, breathing it up, and exhaling it over. And give it a shake and a wriggle. Okay, so we're going to do a nice stretch with the arms now. Stretching the fingers forward. Let's do this hand first. Inhale and stretch. Tuck the fingers up to the shoulders and exhale the elbow up and over. So it's a little more movement now and release. So we try the other side. Breathe into your fingertips, long stretch, inhale. Then lifting your elbow, tuck, and exhale, really opening out the shoulder joint, squeezing through the back of the shoulders. So do that one more time. Breathe, tuck, exhale it over. Shall we do both together now? Inhale and stretch. Bring it up with the exhale and really feel that lovely squeeze back through the shoulder blades, really pressing back. We want to avoid that sort of hunched over position that is so prevalent today with all our tech devices. We tend to hunch and curl and really not very good for posture and balance. Two more of these big stretches. Inhale, exhale up and over. Last time. Bring them up with a big exhale and enjoy that squeeze as you spread the shoulder blades down the back and give it a shake. Lovely. So our next pose. The next pose is Camel, or in Sanskrit, in the original yogic term, it's Ustrasana. So shuffle a little bit further forward on your chair, down towards the end. Adjust your feet and your block if you've put something under it. And here we're going to really open up the chest cavity and work on upper body, chest opening action. So taking your hands behind you, midway down the chair, just rest them there, or you can hold a little bit. It doesn't have to be too tight, not hanging on for dear life, but just balance so that you feel quite stable. Squeeze your elbows back and just feel how that feels. So you've got quite a feeling of the shoulder blades coming together at the back. So we release the elbows for a moment. Place one hand on your upper chest here on the sternum. As you inhale, let the chest rise, pushing the hand up, and gently tilt your chin so you can just see the ceiling, but don't crunch the neck in the back. So it's a little inhale. And just notice how lifting the chest, the head follows the line, the direction of the arc, and it's all in the upper body. It's an upper chest lift. So from here with the hands back, let's try it freestyle this time. Inhale and lift. And as you exhale, squeeze the shoulders, squeeze the elbows together as the shoulders get that little retract. Inhale at the top through the chest cavity, billowing out through the upper chest. Tuck the chin and exhale back. So this is camel, so your camel hump is at the front here, but don't let it drop down, don't dump it into the lower back. Try and keep that upper body opening feeling, just very gently, so don't push it too far. Let's go again. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the sternum. Gently tilt the head and squeeze gently, just drawing the elbows closer as you exhale. And inhale, tuck the chin and exhale back. So if you take your hands right to the back of the chair, really way back there, you may get a little more feeling of the camel's hump as you lift and open, but try not to go into the lower back. Keep it small, upper back. Inhale and lift. Exhale, gently squeeze the elbows. Keep it upper body, inhale. Tuck the chin and exhale back. And release the spine and have a wriggle round. So that should have felt quite opening, quite chest expansion. You should feel quite an effective breathing mechanism here as you did that. Lots of opening, lots of air going into the body. Shuffle back a little bit here. We're just going to find a little oppositional stretch to that because you've been so up and so up. We're going to try and curl forward. So from here, just feel at the moment that you can curl the shoulders round and slope the hands down and squeeze around, chin tucked, and come back. So it's a little rounding of the back, curling forward and coming up. So that feeling of openness, lifting is compensated with a little curl. So let's just have an inhale. Try that just to give the back a different feeling, a different sensation. Inhale, and then slide your hands down, exhale and curl. Inhale all the way back up. And try another little squeeze down. So just go as low as you feel comfortable. The lower you go, you need to curl the spine a little deeper. Inhale it back up. And exhale and curl towards your knees, dropping the chin. Inhale it back up. And release. So how does that feel now? Do you feel a little bit more movement in the upper body? So come forward on your chair. And we're going to just warm up the feet a little bit because we haven't really done anything down here and we need to get some blood circulating around. So before we go into our next pose, which will be cat-cow or Asana, we will just loosen up here and get some blood going around in the feet. So do a little heel dig forward and a toe tap. So it's a heel and a toe, and heel and a toe, heel and a toe, and lift. So heel, toe, like dig it out, push it back, and the last one, do a lift, and then just do a twist, just have a little go at that twist, tap the knee, doesn't have to be twisting very far, just a little rotation. Okay, so pushing out, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and twist. Do a heel and a toe, heel and a toe, heel and a toe, and twist. Well, that's pretty easy, and I really haven't got the blood going yet. So let's do a little arm action as well. So we'll do a stretch and back. Do 2 hands at first. We'll make it too complicated and too coordinated. So press in, press and in, press and in and tap. Okay? Push and push. Push in and tap. Push, push, push in and tap. Stretch it, really strong, make it work for you. Okay, shake it out. Are we feeling a little bit more lively, a little bit more action? See if you can circle the foot out and circle it back. So it's a little arc out to a corner and pull round. Little slide into the corner, slide back, slide it out, slide it back. See if you can hover off the surface of the floor. So it's a little bit lift, hover, tap, hover it back. So it's a little bit of lengthening round, hovering it, lengthening round and hover and back, and give them a little shake. So we'll take the legs a little wider here. Place your hands on your hips. And we're going to have more movement in the hips with this cat-cow move. So from here, just feel the top of your hip bones and have a little feeling of pushing the hip back towards the chair. So you slope back and tuck, and your belly button is really scooping back here. And then come to center. So you should have your neutral spine, your natural curve here. Place one hand on your belly and the back of the hand into the flat bone of your pelvis, your sacrum. As you breathe in, just get ready. Feel your sit bones are nicely balanced, nicely centered. Breathe in. And on your exhale, it's so you're scooping your hand away, the belly button pulls back, and you're pushing into the back of the hand. Inhale up. Exhale, scoop back. Inhale up. Exhale, scoop back. Okay, so instead of coming straight back up, we're going to tilt it forward. So here, you gently rock into the palm of the hand. Nice soft belly, no tightness, all released, all relaxed. Come back through center and scoop into the back hand, nice and tight, really pushing into the back of the hand. Inhale, soft belly forward, let your hips flow forward. Gently with the lower back, be careful. Exhale and scoop. Put your hands on your thighs and we'll add the upper body, our forward action and our scooping back action. So let's do the cat first. The cat's the easiest one. If you imagine the angry cat. Take a breath in center. On your exhale, tilt the pelvis, tuck under, scoop round the shoulders, tuck the chin, and really feel the belly button scooping back in, nailed to the back of your chair. Come back through center with your inhale and softly allow the body to flow forward. So the soft belly of the cow, opening the chest, lifting it slightly, so getting that feeling of curve forward. Exhale it back through center, cat. Inhale to cow, flow through. Exhale to cat. Shall I show you that from the side, which might make more sense? So just have a look before you carry on. So we have a wide stance, sitting nice and tall. And I'll go into my cow first of all. So watch how the pelvis tilts. Inhale, the belly is soft, the shoulders open, the head is slightly extended forward. And then we come back through center to exhale into the scoop around. So inhaling, flowing through, coming back through center, exhaling into cat. One more time, inhaling, flowing through, and exhaling into cat. And then sit tall and shake it out, and have a little wiggle and just feel, how does that feel? How do I feel after that? Let's do a little relaxing, relieving pose here, which is called wind relieving pose. So I'll leave you to decide why it's called that. See if you can lift your leg up, place it down. Let's try that. Is it best? Can you lift it up underneath and put it down? Is that easy? Up and down? Or can we clasp it in front and pull it up? Decide for what's best for you, which works. You need to be fairly forward on your chair and not have any blocks here. So I'll do one of each. I'll do some with the hands in front and some underneath. So to start with, sit nice and tall. Have your balance well centered. Find which position for holding the leg is going to be good. So inhale and lift, nice and tall, sitting tall, suspending your leg. Exhale, draw your nose and your knee and scoop round and have a lovely exhale. Inhale, lift up. We'll do two more. Exhale and scoop in. Inhale, lift. Nice loose leg, nothing, nice suspended leg. Exhale. And place it back on the floor and just give it a little wiggle round. Let's try the other side. So I'm going to do it in front this side, but you can do it to your best. Hold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, scoop in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, scoop in. One more. So you're really holding on here, pushing into your sit bones and lengthening up tall. And then a long, slow exhale to curl in, nose to knee. And shake it out. Release everything. Well done. So far, we're about 3/4 of the way through. So still on the front of your chair here, go back to our hip bones, and we did the soft belly curl forward. I'm going to show you a different tilt forward now. So from the front of your chair, with your hand on your hip bone, pull the belly button back here. Have a nice tight belly button here. And imagine that you have to lengthen forward, like the box, a box lid has to hinge forward. So you need your belly button pulled back nice and tight. So really strong down in your core here. And you're thinking of your tailbone to the top of your head, chin tucked down, elbows pulled in to gently lean forward, like you would be closing the lid on a box. So take a breath in. Draw the belly button back, squeeze into your side with your elbows, tuck your chin, and think you're looking forward, you're extending here, pressing into the feet, feeling quite strong. And release back. So you're inhaling, exhale, hold that straight. And then inhaling there as you push back and release. So how did that feel? Did that feel totally different from your soft belly cow asana? This is a half lift forward. So let's put our hands firmly onto the thighs here. Take a big breath. Exhale and half tilt forward. And then slide your hands down your knees and gently curl into your belly and roll down as far as you feel is comfortable. Don't let the head drop too low, particularly if you feel a little dizzy or have any kind of blood circulation problems. Keep the head above the heart and then roll back up. So we're going to do that with 4 breaths just to get used to it. So I'll stay on the side. So sit nice and tall, anchor your seat. This is called half lift forward into forward fold. Ustrasama is forward fold, and it's a very relaxing, curled over, everything closed in. Feels very grounded, very safe when you're in that forward fold. So sitting tall, centering your space, your seat nice and firmly embedded in the chair. Inhale, draw the belly button back, draw into your half lift forward, pressing into the thighs, chin tucked, long straight back. Inhale there, pressing into the thighs. And then release it, let the curl back the pelvis, let the belly be soft as you roll down and keeping the head at a good space above the heart if you need to, folding into yourself. Then inhaling into the big broad back you've created. Inhale into the back body, chin relaxed, head loose. And exhale, pulling your belly button a little tight to roll up. So it's a little bit about using your core here. As you bend forward, your core needs to be strong to protect your lower back. As you come up from the floor, you need a little core engagement to roll up. So just remembering that inner focus as you do those 2 moves. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, so preparing yourself, sending the energy into the body. Tighten the core, pull the belly button back, exhale and press forward. Remember the chin is tucked, you don't cock the head here, up, you keep it narrow. Inhale there, big broad breath. And then exhale, release the spine and curl the belly button back a little as you roll down, keeping the head where you feel is most comfortable. Take a breath into the back body, big breath. And exhale and slowly roll up. So, back in the chair now. We have completed everything except our final pose. And the final pose in all yoga sessions is called Shavasana. And it's where you relax and release and you feel all the sensations you've created and listen to your body. So it's called corpse pose in English, but not so corpse-like that you fall off the chair. So sit well back in your chair. You can put your cushion back if you need to, pop behind. Release everything into the contact of the chair. Sit nice and tall, center yourself. That's bring your focus into your inner self by half closing your eyes or fully closing your eyes. And we're going to bring our attention back to being rooted in the ground. In order to flourish above, we need to be well rooted below. So root your feet, feel the contact of the chair, under the thighs, maybe into the hips. And feel that strength and stability that you created through your mountain pose. And bring your hands together and clasp them. And you might want to just look at this. If you've got your eyes fully closed, just crack your eyes open. So we're going to bring the thumb, the heel of the hand, and the little finger are all going to be in contact. And the middle finger, the ring, the index, and the middle finger are going to close round. So we have like a small clasp in the middle, and the 2 outer digits, your pinky finger and your thumb, are spread but are edge to edge, and the heel of your hand. So here we have the lotus bud, the lotus flower. Bring this composition that you've created with your hands, thumb in towards center, towards your heart center. And close your eyes again, or half close your eyes. And I want to envisage this shape that you've made with your hands, this mudra, if you like. A mudra is a connection of mind, body, and here through your fingertips. A sensation that you've created the lotus flower. The lotus flower is the most deeply rooted flower. Its roots go right down through the muddy waters, way down, and anchor themselves deep. And it comes up and flourishes as the most beautiful flower on the surface of the water. So as you inhale, send your prana, your energy, into the fingers, and the center fingers slowly start to open, as though the petals of your lotus flower are beginning to bloom. So your inhale, gather the energy in. On the exhale, send it to your fingers. Focus on this wonderful flower that you're unfolding as the fingertips start to spread. Inhaling, using the breath as your transfer your feelings of opening and flourishing, your sensations of coming out, blooming, inhaling and exhaling till your fingers are spread. You can open your eyes here and see your beautiful lotus flower that you created, and give it a shake. And then sit forward just halfway down, one more time for your final mountain pose. Grounding your feet, connecting, rooting. Inhale through your fingertips. Keep the shoulders soft and spread the fingers. Inhale. Mountains are immovable. Mountains are strong and stable. So in your mind's eye, think, I am strong, I'm stable, I'm confident, I'm grounded. And on the next exhale, try and lift yourself up to your mountain peaks where they look most beautiful. As though you're exhaling into the sky. And then bring your hands together and inhale back down to the earth. So in your own breathing rhythm, find a breath that moves you to create your mountain. So inhaling and exhaling till you rise above the earth. And then bringing your hands together to gather all the energy you've created inside. One more time, inhale. Rise to your mountain peak. And exhale back into your center. And then rest your hands on your lap. And just for a moment, remember your yoga breath, your big full-bodied breath. So keeping your eyes open, half open, or closed. Breathe into the ribs. Allow the belly to swell and the chest to lift. And exhale it slowly away. Inhaling for strength and stability. Exhale away anything that disturbs you, that makes you feel unstable, unbalanced. Inhale to flourish, to enjoy life, to be active. Exhale away all the obstacles that prevent you. And then bring your hands together, Anjala Mudra. Bring your thumb towards your heart. Tip your head down. And we'll give our Yogic Salutation, which is Namaste.